I see growth in myself, not just as a dancer, but as a person too. Dance was something that I could do and I say, this is me. That is why I love dance, and that's why I stick with it even though it was really hard on me sometimes.
I think dance itself has given me a positive way of expressing myself. Sometimes words don't come easy, but I think dancing it out just shows, and you don't even have to say a single word, and you can feel it. I think I started dancing at around 3 years old. My mom danced a little bit when she was younger, but she kind of got kicked out because she kept looking at the mirror too much. So I think I got put into dance because of her, and she wanted to dance through me. But I don't think that she knew that it would continue my whole life.
You're doing the booty dance?
Yeah.
Who taught you the booty dance?
Me.
Oh. Shouldn't you be shaking your tushy?
Yeah.
Well, let me see.
Help me choose this bit. Whoa!
My mom took that video. I would say I was around like 3 or 4, just kind of dancing in the kitchen, saying that I was doing my Shake the Booty song. I think I just looked really happy, and that's kind of what dance is to me. It just brings me joy.
I started dancing, I think, when I was around 3 or 4. My aunt had gotten me into it because her and her sister grew up dancing. And then my aunt's best friend opened a studio near us. And so that's just how I got into dance. And ever since then, I've just been doing it every year.
Growing up, I was at the same studio for a long time. I didn't change studios until COVID year. I loved it at first. It was my home, basically, outside of school, outside of my actual home. I was probably there more than I was at home. As I grew up, things started to bother me more about the way that things happened. I loved everyone, and I loved the people I was with, and I loved some of my teachers, but some of them took it too seriously, and it really affected me, especially being 12, 13 years old, started to affect me. So I made the decision, COVID year, we had a recital outside. I'm gonna go. One of my favorite teachers was breaking off and going to her own studio, starting her own studio. So I was like, I'm gonna go with you. Was starting to not love it anymore because of my environment, but I immediately felt at home. And it was definitely less strict and less technical, which kind of made it hard because I felt like I wasn't truly getting better. But I think in order to save my mental state, I made the right choice in going, and it gave me a true other family, and they're my biggest fan.
I think my childhood was different because of the family that dance brought me. I think I had a closer connection with my dance friends than, say, I did the friends at school. And I also think it brought me a sense of self. I think as a kid, dance was my outlet. All of my siblings did contact sports, and to them, dance wasn't really a sport, so I was kind of the outsider, and it was hard for me. But I think going into dance and just having that safe space where I could really be myself. I've put blood, sweat, and tears into dance. And I think it deserves a lot more recognition, especially from all of the mental that we put into dance. It's a lot more than, I would say, a contact sport.
I think when it comes to dance, I'm type A. I'm very aware of how people perceive me, and I don't want to be that's the girl who messed up, or I think my aunt always told me, you're only as strong as your weakest dancer. And I was like, I can't be the weakest dancer. I can't be the weakest dancer. So I think dance kind of elevated my anxiety in a way. And I think a big thing that many dancers can relate to is like, it's a very comparing environment. And so I remember sitting in the audience and like, those dancers were really good. Like, I cannot compete against them because I'm nowhere near as good as them. That played a big part too. It's like, I have to be the very best version of myself.
My first studio put kind of a stress on my mental health. As mostly ballet, we had band that we had to wear, kind of like an elastic, and it was for alignment issues to see if our hips were out of line, and they'd come over and fix it if they saw that the band was tilted. It's like tights, super tight Leo, super tight band, mirrors all around, and I'm changing, and throughout this change, I have to see myself in super tight stuff, and it affected me a lot. Not only just my mental state, through myself, it was like the teachers would come over and somebody literally said, "Don't look like you ate a burger," just because my hips were pushed forward, you know, and she would come over and she would fix me.
She was the tiny one when she was going through the younger elementary years to middle school. COVID hit, and I think COVID brought a lot of change for a lot of people. And that was unfortunately during the time of a lot of body changes in general with her age, developing that, wait, all of a sudden I'm not the smallest girl, I have a woman's body. I've never put that pressure, but I know that I put that pressure on myself, so she hears that. That makes me sad. That insecurity, and I see a lot of confidence with her, that I don't want her to be insecure. So I'm seeing confidence in her. She's so strong, and she'll make comments that she isn't the littlest one. She isn't the one they're getting picked up and lifted. Everybody's different, and so I think that I'm trying to be more confident too in myself, so that she doesn't look back at me and say, well, see, this is where I got it.
I know it was for the good of ballet and for the good of, posture and alignment and technique-wise. It could have been done differently. I think hearing people talk about their past studios makes me sad that I had to go through some of the things that I thought everyone went through, but they didn't. And so, I think it's made me stronger as a person. It sucks that I had to go through it to do what I love.
Around my junior year of high school, I noticed my eating disorder. I was just going the whole day without eating, and I felt like I didn't really deserve breakfast, lunch, and that kind of started a little bit of family difficulties for me because I was really hard on myself. I didn't feel like I deserved this, and my parents were starting to worry, but I was more of the perfect child, so they didn't really see that the eating disorder was a big deal, and they were just like, "Malia, why aren't you doing this? You need to do this. That's not good for you." But they weren't really understanding that I just was not confident in myself, and especially seeing these teeny tiny girls on stage in their extra small costumes, that just brought a lot of self-doubt onto me. I think a lot of it stemmed from the costumes, that a lot of dancers have eating disorders, especially in the competition setting. You're on stage, there's hundreds of people watching you, there's 3 judges, you have 3 minutes to show why you deserve to win, why you deserve to be here. And if you don't, say, look the part, aren't thin, in your head you're gonna say, I'm not as good as this person because I don't look like her. My legs aren't as good as her, so I need to work on that. And I think just those negative comments that you're telling yourself leads a lot of dancers to eating disorders.
Senior year, I think I was burnt out by that point, and a couple of the other teammates had made comments before, and I was like, okay, I'm just not feeling confident anymore in this environment. And so I definitely by that point, like I would just come home from dance and cry. Like I don't know why. I think I'm a very sensitive person, and so just constantly feeling less than other people really took a toll on me, especially when dance was my safe space. And I felt like when that was being taken away or compromised, I was like, why am I doing it anymore? Like I'm in the studio Monday through Friday and sometimes Monday through Saturday. So I think feeling burnt out and I lost the passion. I don't want to do it, but I've been doing it for so long, and at the end of the day, I don't feel good about myself, but I love doing it. I love the feeling of being on stage. I love the feeling of dancing.
I love dances that don't even have lyrics, because you can feel the way that you're supposed to feel without even saying it. It's also given me a light. I'm not just here for school. There was a time I didn't want to be here anymore. I was going to transfer, but dance kept me here. Not only the people, but the way that it is and itself and just the art of it. I love it. I've loved it my whole life. It's like that one thing that has been there my whole life. It makes me sad, actually, to think about not doing it anymore. And I know I have years to go, but it's sad. It's like that one thing that I've always loved.
Watching it, the dance world is amazing to me. The athleticism behind all of it and the dedication. I'm really just enamored and proud of what dancers can do, and especially my daughter.
I dance because I love it. It makes me feel, different, and it makes me feel safe. And it's hard. Sure, it might come easy at times. They don't see, all the outside work.
I think dance has also brought me a lot of role models in my life, especially at a young age. And I remember this one time at recital, I had a buddy and I was hysterically sobbing because I thought she was leaving. And I think that just really stuck with me all those years, because everybody's a role model to you. My dance teacher was probably my biggest role model. It's just also why I love dance. Like, you want to be the people that inspire you.